This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last session, we have discussed about the JSON format, and we have discussed what exactly the JSON format and what is the use, how to prepare the JSON format of content, and what are the various data types JSON supports. We have discussed. So let me just recap that part, and then we'll move forward to that in the future. So JSON is a common messaging format which can be used to interchange the data between the multiple applications. In order to exchange the data between the disparate systems or different systems which has been built by using the different programming languages which are running on the two different platforms, in order to exchange the data between those multiple applications, okay, as part of integration, we are using a common messaging format that is called as JSON. So JSON is a lightweight, human-readable text format which is used to pass the data from one application to another application over the network. JSON is JSON is a lightweight, human-readable format of data which we can able to exchange between the multiple applications. So that as part of integration, if you want to make the two applications can communicate with each other, if you want to make the two applications can talk to each other, if you want to make the two applications can have the handshake with each other, at that time we need a common format, because both applications may not be designed, may not be developed by using the same program. Those applications might have been developed by using two different programming languages. Each and every programming language is having its own internal object format. Each and every programming language is having its own internal object format, so which cannot be in sync. So one object format cannot be understandable by the another object format. So that here, in order to make those two applications can communicate with each other, we are going to be using a common format which can be understandable by both the application, that is called as JSON. So JSON is a lightweight, human-readable text format of data which can be transferred from one application to another application, so that both applications can talk to each other. So especially JSON has been designed to implement the serialization process and deserialization process. JSON has been especially designed for serialization and deserialization process. So serialization means what? Whatever the object data that we have, whatever the record information that we have, that record information we can convert into the string format. Whenever we are going to be converting your object format of data into the string format, then this process is called as serialization. Serialization is a process which will convert your object format of data into string format, so that this string format of data we can able to transfer to the third-party system over the network very easily without having much network traffic. So this is string format of data. String data can be understandable by every programming language. So now you can raise the question. Sir, for example, why you are going for JSON? Why can't we go for XML? XML programming will not be understandable by all the programming languages. The XML format can't be understandable by all the programming languages. There are some legacy programming languages are available. Very older programming languages are available which doesn't understand this XML. So that here we are going to be using a lightweight mechanism that is called as a JSON. JSON is a lightweight, human readable format of data which we can exchange between the multiple application. So now the JSON is going to be forwarding the data in the form of text format, nothing but string format. String can be understandable by all the programming languages, even though that may be very older programming language or the programming languages which are currently available in the market, or it may be the modern programming languages also which may come in the future as well. Every programming language will understand this JSON format, so that JSON is very commonly using messaging format between the multiple applications. Even though if it is a smartphones will support this JSON format of information. That's what here everybody is going to be using this JSON format in order to index the data. So now whenever we are going to be using this JSON format, JSON is especially designed, okay, to implement the serialization and the deserialization. Serialization means converting that object format of data into string format is called as serialization. And then deserialization means what? Converting that object for string format of data into object format is called as deserialization overflow. Okay, deserialization process. Now, so now in this case, to implement the serialization and the deserialization process, we are going to be using this JSON format. Okay, we are using JSON format. So whenever we are using this JSON format, in order to represent the data by using JSON format, we are going to follow some set of principles. JSON content will be always enclosing inside that square flower braces. JSON content will be always representing or enclosing in that flower braces. JSON content is always enclosing in flower braces. So whenever we are enclosing some data in the flower braces, this is nothing but the JSON format of content. Then how the JSON is representing the data in this flower braces format? Because in JSON, each and every information will be representing in the form of key and the value pairs. As part of JSON, each and every information will be representing in the form of key and the value. It's like as a map collection. So now we can specify. We can represent the information in the form of key and value pairs, where key and value both will be separated by using a colon. Key and value will be separated by using a colon over. So we can specify the key name and we can specify the value also, which you are going to store inside that key. Now, this key should be always a string. Key should be always a string. And the value may be either primitive, that means it may be a numerical, it may be a boolean, or it may be a string, or it may be a object, or it may be an array also. So in this case, when coming to the key should be always a string. Key should be always a string. When coming to the value may be either numerical, it may be a numerical, or it may be a string, it may be a boolean, it may be an array, it may be an object also. Anyone. No. So in this case here, when coming to that key should be always a string, and then value can be either a numerical value, or you can store that string value, or boolean value, or you can store an array, or we can store an object information also. So why I'm repeating this information in JSON format is very, very important for the integration. Because it is completely different syntax, so first time the people may be having some confusions. That's what I'm repeating this one again. Now, in this case, we are going to be representing. So we can specify the key and we can specify the value. Okay. Now, so generally, whenever we are storing some data, we are using some variables. Like as we can define the variables integer, like as some x equals to, we are storing some value, 1000. This x is what a variable, this 1000 is what a value. So that here this is the key and this is the value. So that if you want to represent this one, then you can specify. So now this is x, and then the value, that is nothing but 1000. This is a numerical. So that we need to segregate this two by using this x, okay, colon 1000. So, but this should be in the form of JSON, so that JSON data will be, JSON content will be always representing or enclosing inside that flower braces. This should be always enclosing in curly braces. So this is the normal programming language representation, and this is the JSON format of representation. That's it. Just the syntactical wise is different. Everything will be the same, nothing different. Because every programming language is having its own syntaxes, its own fundamentals, its own principles, its own rules, its own standards, its own guidelines, its own limitations also. So that according to the programming languages, we have to follow those principles upon writing the code. Because the programming language will understand only some specific formats. Now, according to the programming language understandable formats, we have to send the data. We have to pass some inputs. Now, so in this case here, whenever we are storing the data, okay, inside the JSON format, we have to store the information in the form of key and the value base, where key should be always a string, nothing but name of the key, name of the variable, or name of that array, name of that object. And then in that we can represent the value, which value would like to store. That value may be either numerical or string or boolean or array or object, also anything. Now, in this case, whenever you are storing the data inside this JSON format is supporting some data types. It is supporting some data types. The first one is it is supporting the numerical data type, nothing but number data type. Number data type will allow us to store the numerical values, where numerical value we have to store directly without enclosing in double quotations. Just we can specify the key and then we can specify the value. Whatever the value you want to store, just we can able to specify that value. Like for example, we are going to storing some information like as salary. Salary, let us some 24,000. Salary, some 24,000. This is a numerical value. It may be accepting the decimal values also over here. Like for example, I would like to specify the weight. Weight. So weight of a product also, weight of a person also, anything, whatever. So the weight is some 10 kg, 575 grams. Like that, I would like to store some values. Now, in this case, whenever if you want to store some numerical values can be specified directly without enclosing in double quotations. Without enclosing in double quotation, directly we can specify the numerical value, which may be either integer or it may be decimal values also. You know that as part of Apex programming language, we have discussed so many data types. As part of Apex programming, you are aware of so many data types over there as part of development concept. During the development, we have discussed about the so many data types. Apex programming is providing the various data types to you by default, like as primitive data types and then a subject data types. Two types of data types are available as part of your Apex programming. Now, primitive data types is subject data types. As part of primitive, what we have integer, double, long, decimal, boolean, date, time, date time, ID, string, blob, object. These are the primitive data types which have been given by Apex programming as part of primitive data. There's nothing but fundamental data types. We have discussed each and every data type in detail also. Which field is referencing which data type, that already we have discussed clearly. Every data type. Upon creating that field, because already you know, as part of the development, we have discussed about the concept of ORM. Object relationship and the mapping concept already we have discussed. During that, we have discussed that whenever I'm creating an object in Salesforce through user interface, internally Salesforce is creating a table. Internally Salesforce is creating a tab also. Internally Salesforce is creating a business logic class also. How the business logic class will be preparing because of that ORM concept. There, each and every table will be representing in the form of the class. Each and every field in the table will be representing in the form of variable in the class. You know that entire concept already we have discussed. So these are some primitive data types. Along with that, we are having some subject data types also, nothing but Salesforce object data types. Each and every Salesforce object, it may be standard or custom. including all the standard and custom objects will be getting, okay, comes under these subject data types, which are purely supporting dynamic memory allocations. We have discussed each and every concept in detail as part of programming part. Operators, okay, each and every concept. We have discussed operators, output statements, multiple ways to invoke the Apex programming code, everything we have discussed over there. Like the similar way here also, we are having some set of data types. So now number data type will allow us to store the numerical values, okay, which including the integer part and decimal part values also. Next, string data type. String data type is used to store some collection of characters, including special characters also. Not only the characters, we can store alphanumerical values. That means combination of numerical and alphabetical characters along with some special characters also. To store that alphanumerical values along with some special characters, we are using string data type. So in this case, we have to specify. So now whatever the string value you would like to specify, the string value should be always enclosed in the double quotations. Now, for example, I'm storing the city name, the name of that customer city. This is Hyderabad. So Hyderabad is having some collection of characters, so that I'm enclosing in that, okay, double quotations. Now, for example, I'm going to storing the customer name. Customer name is I'm indicating some Ram Kumar. In between this Ram and Kumar, I have given this space. Space is also one character. It's a special character, space. Sometimes I want to store the email ID. Email ID contains some special characters, like as ram@some gmail.com. So which is having the special characters like as symbol and then dot. Like that, whenever if you want to store some information, okay, in the form of string, we are going to be using this string data type. String data should be always enclosed inside the double quotations. String data should be always enclosed in double quotation. This is the format of the string data type in JSON. Next one, the Boolean. Boolean data type will allow us to store the true or false values. True or false values. You know this Boolean data type. Now, whenever if you want to store that true or false values as part of JSON, we are going to use in this syntax, where we can specify the key and the value. That means value may be either true or false, any one of these two, not the other values. So at that time, this is a true or false value. We no need to enclose in the double quotations. This is the syntax. Now, for example, I would like to specify whether the customer is active or not here. He is active. If the customer is active, then I'm indicating the value true. Now, sometimes I'm going to be looking for a product. The product may be available in stock, product may not be available in stock. Because when you go to that online shopping like as Flipkart or Amazon, upon selecting that product, it is indicating this product out of stock. Okay, out of stock. Nothing but stock is not available. So in order to know whether the product is in stock or is in stock, I would like to indicate. Now I'm indicating the false. Is in stock. False. Now the product is not available in stock here. I want to delete some records over here. For that one, I'm indicating can delete. Whether the record can delete or not, I'm indicating true. Nothing but this record can be deleted. I want to indicate that offer a discount. So now can we offer the discount or not here? I would like to indicate true. Please offer the discount for this one. Like that here, whenever if you want to store some Boolean values, it may be true or false values, then we are using the help of this Boolean data type, where we can specify the key and the value. This is a value we no need to enclose in the double quotations. Value we can able to specify directly. Like numerical values and then the Boolean values we can able to specify directly over here without enclosing in the double quotations. Okay, like as Apex programming only, nothing different. In Apex also, numerical values are not enclosing the single quote. We are not enclosing the Boolean values in the single quote. Only the string values are enclosing in the single quote over there. So like the similar way here also. Sometimes you want to store the array, the collection of elements, to store a collection of homogeneous elements. In order to store a collection of homogeneous elements, we are going to be using this array. So now we are going to be using this. So now here in this case, we are going to storing some collection of elements. What type of elements? Homogeneous elements over here. Okay, homogeneous elements. Now in this case, what we can do? Now. So now here in this case, we are representing this information. So now whenever if you want to store some collection of homogeneous elements, nothing but similar data type of elements, we are using arrays. You know the concept of array. As part of Apex programming, we have discussed arrays concept also. How to define the arrays, how to store the elements, how to retrieve the elements, how can we identify the indexes, everything you know. The internal concept of array also we have discussed. And we have identified the drawbacks of array also. Because of the drawbacks in the array, we are going forward for the collections. Now, so now here in this case, when coming to the arrays, whenever if you want to store that array here, suppose for example, if I'm defining an array, we have to give the array variable name and then some collection of elements. So that here we have to specify the array name, nothing but the key. And then we can specify the values. How can we represent the values? Values should be enclosing in that square braces. Square braces is representing array. But in this case, this should be in the form of the JSON, right? So JSON content should be always enclosing in flower braces. So here we can specify the element, like as element 1, comma, element 2, comma, element 3. Like that, we can specify the element n number of elements we can able to store inside this. We can specify the key name, nothing but array name, and then elements also. Element 1, element 2, element 3, like that up to n number of elements we can store. Each and every element can be segregated by using a comma. That means elements should be separated. Elements should be separated by using a separator called as comma over here. Now, so now this is the key and this is the values. Now, so in this case, upon storing these elements inside this array, we can store different elements. Like for example, I want to store arrays of numerical. Okay, arrays of numerical. Sometimes I want to store array of string. Okay, array of string. Sometimes I want to store array of object also. Like for example, let me go back to the Apex programming. In Apex programming, how we are storing, if you want to store some collection of elements of type numerical, then what we can do, we are defining like this. Integer, I'm indicating some customer code equals to new integer. We are indicating that size over here. How many number of elements you are going to store. Suppose if you want to store the elements also, then you can specify the elements over here. Like as 100, okay, 330, 560, like that we can store the elements also inside this. Or else if you want to assign the values directly, nothing but later stages, then we can able to define the size. And then we can able to assign. So now this is my array name, customer code, which can be stored only the numerical values. Only the numerical values. Because I am indicating the data type as integer. So that's what I already told you. Now during our arrays concept already told you, now this part, nothing but this braces is called as the dimensions. This is called as, this symbol is called as dimensions. Dimensions is going to be informing to the Apex compiler Third, user is defining a variable. This is the customer code variable, but this customer code variable is not a normal variable. This is the array variable. Okay, this is the array variable which will be storing some collection of elements. What type of elements? Integer type of elements. So please calculate how much memory will be required. Depends upon the number of elements, depends upon the type of the element. Please calculate the required amount of memory, and that much of memory will be reserving for this particular array. So now tell me, in this case, how much memory will be getting allocated? 12 bytes of memory will be getting allocated, because each and every integer data type variable value will occupy 4 bytes of memory. It's a standard fixed size has been given by Apex programming. How many values you have stored? 3. 3 into 4. So totally 12 bytes of memory will be getting assigned, and this memory will be piped into this customer code variable, and then for each and every nothing but in this 12 bytes of memory, the whole memory will be split into the 3 partitions, because 3 elements are there. So each and every partition will be having that 4 bytes of size, and then each and every partition will be identified by using the index position starting from 0, and every partition will be having the default value as null. You know this concept over here. This already we have discussed during your Apex programming. If I'm writing this single line of code, this much of process will happening internally in Apex programming. Like the similar way here also, if you want to store some collection of elements, okay, of type numerical, we are going to be using this array so that we can specify the elements. So now array elements has to be get enclosing in square braces. Now, suppose if you want to store some string element, then what we can do? String, we are going to be indicating some country names. Country names equals to new string array. Here we can specify the country names, like as India, USA. Like as some Japan. Like that, we can able to store some string elements over. Now, sometimes if you want to store some subject type of element, nothing but account records. At that time, what we can do? We are defining the array type. Account. So now here, SEC records equals to new account. How many records you would like to store? You can indicate. Suppose for example 5. So it will be storing that 5 account records inside this. If you want to store some loan records, nothing but loan is a custom object, so that we can specify loan underscore C. We can specify the array type. Loan records equals to new loan. We can specify 20. So you can store some 20 loan records inside this. Like that, we can define that. Already you know this concept. During the Apex programming languages, as part of this arrays concept, already we have discussed all these things. But you know the drawbacks of array also, because array will be having a fixed size. Upon defining the array, we can able to define the size. More than that, we can't store. That means array size cannot be grow, array size cannot be shrink at one time. That is a problem. That's what here we build to that next concept, that is collections. Collections will overcome all the drawbacks of arrays. Like the similar way, when coming to that, JSON also will be supporting to store some elements in the form of arrays, where the elements, it may be primitive type, it may be the collection type also. That means it may be string type also, it may be the objects also. Over here we can store. Now, for example, I'm storing that primitive type of elements. Like I would like to store some country codes or some product codes. Product codes, we can able to indicate that. The product code is like as 1001, 1005. 1010, like as 1050, like the product codes we can able to store. So this is my key and this is my value. Values are nothing but array. This is the name of the array. These are the elements inside that array. But this entire thing we are representing in the form of this JSON, so that we can able to specify in that curly braces over here. That's it. If you want to store some string elements over here, then at that time we are going to be using this JSON format, and then we can specify. I would like to specify the product names. Product names, we can indicate those elements by enclosing the single quote. Like as product name, like as I'm indicating some laptop, some desktop, some mobile, some printer. Like that, we can able to specify that string type of elements also. Depends upon your requirement, we can specify the array name and the elements which you would like to store inside this particular array. But these are purely supporting to store, okay, the similar data type of elements, homogeneous elements. But sometimes I want to store some, okay, different types of elements also. For that reason, we are using that object. Object data type will allows us to store a collection of heterogeneous elements. It allows us to store a collection of heterogeneous elements. Heterogeneous element, different types of elements you can able to store. So now here in this case, how can we store these elements? Now here we are going to storing some set of elements of different data types. Like for example, I'm having the product code. The values of 100, 1001. I'm having some element product name. Like I'm having the I'm indicating like some printer. I'm having some unit price. I'm indicating the value like some 12,500. And then I'm having the manufacturer. Manufacturer is like some HP incorporation. And then whether the product is available in stock or not. Is in stock. Yes, the product is available in stock. So that this is true. These are the elements, but all these elements are belongs to what? One product information. These all are belongs to one product information. In order to store one product information, which is having some product code, product name, unit price, manufacturer, like as is in stock, whether the product is available in stock. So that means what? Combination. All this information is belongs to one specific object. Because you know that during the concept already we have discussed, each and everything available in the world is nothing but an object. Every object will be having some set of properties. Like for example, now I'm having a mobile. Mobile is a product, nothing but it is an object, which is having so many properties, like as the color, manufacturer, configuration, and then weight, and then design, and then model number, and then unit price, whether the product is available in stock. These are all the attributes, nothing but the properties. As a human being, I'm also an object. I'm having my own properties, like as my name, my age, my qualification, my date of birth, my gender, my address, my phone number, email ID. These are all our properties. We have a fan. Fan is also one of the object. Like it is having that name of that fan, type of the fan, and then color, number of wings, manufacturer, unit price. Like that, each and every element available in the real world, everything is nothing but an object which is having some set of properties. Like the similar way, I have a product which is having some property like the product code, name, unit price, manufacturer, is in stock, nothing but available in stock or not. This whole information is belongs to one single product over here. Then how can we combine? For that one, we are using this object data type. But these elements are different elements. This is numerical, this is string, this is numerical, this is string, this is boolean. Different types of elements are there. I am going to be combining inside a single element over here with the help of object. This is the object. So it will be storing all this information inside this object. But how can we segregate each and every element? By using a comma. By using this comma, we are going to segregating this elements. Okay, that's it. This is nothing but an object format where object contains a collection of heterogeneous elements. Different types of elements can be stored inside this object. These are the various data types that we have as part of your JSON, which we have discussed in the last session.
Yeah, Feroz.
Yes.
Here in the object, we are not defining these detail, these values in the array type, right?
Sorry.
Remaining all in the object, we are not defining them in the array, right?
This is a single object here. Okay, this is a single product information. If you want to store multiple products information, copy that another product. This is one product information. This is the product number is 1001. This is the product number second 10002. This is the desktop product over here. and the price is some 34,500. This is also manufactured by the HP, and then this is installed. So now this is one product information. This is the second product information. How can we store multiple products information in the form of array? Okay, in the form of array over here, so that we can define in the form of an array. We can start an array, and this is the ending of this array. But this is one product. This is the second product. How can we specify, segregate this one by using a comma? That's it. Simple concept.
And this array should be
Differentiating this.
curly bracket.
We are differentiating the elements by using a comma, like the similar way. Here the element is single value, but here the element is an object over here. That's it.
And this array should be in the curly brackets, right?
No, array should be in the square braces.
No.
This is
This array should be under curly braces, right?
Right. So these are the two products information we have stored. Then to store this now, nothing but to identify this array, we are giving an array name. We can give this array name. This is the array, values are available. In this array, we are having two objects information is there. Then to store this one, nothing but to identify this array, we are giving a name. So now for that one, I'm indicating that array name as like some products info. Okay, products info. I'm going to be indicating this information over here. This is the products info array which we are having this one. This is the products info array. So now this is the elements. This is the key and this is the value over here. And then here this entire thing we have to specify in the curly braces. Okay, to represent this information in the JSON format, we are going to represent it in curly braces. This is the array name, and these are the elements are available inside my array. So this is the key. Like for example, we have stored so the array name, nothing but this is the array name. So now this is the array starting. Okay, starting of the braces, ending of the braces. So this is the starting of the braces, ending of the braces. In this one, what I'm storing products information. Each product is having so many properties, so that I'm using this object. Object will allow us to store a collection of elements information inside this. Okay, not only the similar type, different types of elements you can store inside that object. That's what I already told you here. During the Apex programming also I have given this information. Object is a data type, which is a generic data type which can store any type of information. It is a generic data type which allows us to store any type of information. Okay, that's what we are using these objects. Okay. Now, so up to this part, as in the previous session we have discussed. Now, let's go forward here with some more practical examples. Let's see some more practical scenarios inside this. How can we do that? So let's go to this format. So in the previous session, we have discussed about this information as well. Let me explain the scenario. Let's take a few more use cases. For example, I'm going to my Salesforce instance. I'm having one account record, a single account record, for example. This is the account record that we have. Like I'm having this account record, some Manish Kumar. Manish Kumar is one of my account record that we have, which is having some set of properties. Like this account record is having some values. Like we are having this account name, we are having this type of the account, industry, to which industry the customer is associated, and then rating value, phone number, fax number, website, ownership, annual revenue. So these are few major properties are available here. And along with that, whether the customer is in active status or not, it is having the active. Okay, active status. Now I want to represent this account record in the form of JSON format. Okay, now I want to represent this account record, that is Manish Kumar account record, in the form of JSON format. How can we represent this account record in the form of JSON format? Now let's see practically in this case. It's very, very simple, nothing different. You know the complete information over here. Okay, you know the complete information over this. Now, let's take this use case over. Now, prepare the JSON format to represent the account record. To represent the account record, which contains below fields information. Which contains the below fields information. What fields are available? I'm indicating the field names. It contains the name, it contains the rating value, it contains the industry, it contains the annual revenue, it contains the phone, it contains the fax, it contains the type, it contains the ownership, it contains the active status. These are the fields are available here. Now I want to prepare a JSON format to represent this account record. In order to represent this account record, in order to represent the account record in this JSON format, I would like to prepare this format. But this account record contains the name, rating, industry, annual revenue, phone, fax, type of the account, ownership, and then active status. Now, so now tell me how can we represent this? Now tell me. I want to represent. Now, so it contains what? Different types of values. Name is a string type. Rating is a string because rating is having some values hard, warm, cold. Industry, like as banking, finance, that is also string type. Annual revenue is what? Decimal, because it is a currency type, so decimal. So numerical here. Phone, this is a string type. Fax, string type. Type of the account, that is also string type. Ownership, string type. Active status, string type. Because active status is having word value yes or no. Okay, yes or no. Two values are available. This is a pick list. Pick list should be always string type, not the decimal. So not the boolean. If you're having a checkbox, checkbox is nothing but boolean type over here. You know that concept. This is a pick list type, yes or no. So this is pick list is going to be representing each and every element in the form of string. So this is also a string type over here. We are having these elements. Now we are having some string type of elements are available, some numerical. I want to club all this thing because if I am mixing all these elements, then only it will be one account record word. So now what we can use? We need to use a object. Because here we are having some string type of elements, some numerical elements also available. So we need to mix these together to form this account record. So that here we have to go with object. Okay, we have to go with that object over here. Now for this one, how can we represent these elements over here by using this? Okay, object will be representing in the form of flower braces, curly braces. Object should be representing in the form of curly braces. Then what are the keys over here? We are having it. These are the keys. What are the field names are available? These field names are nothing but keys. So now here the key is nothing but the name. I'm indicating like as Srinivas. So now this is Srinivas. Okay, Srinivas Kumar. Now, second one. Second element here. Not only one element, some more elements are there. Rating. Rating value is what? I'm indicating half. Next. I'm having this industry element value. I'm indicating like some banking. And the third element. What is that? Annual revenue. Annual revenue is what? A decimal, nothing but currency, numerical. So that I'm indicating like some 20 lakhs, numerical. And then we are having phone. I'm indicating the phone number value over here. Next, I'm having the fax. I'm giving the fax value. We are having the type of that customer. Okay, he is a customer direct. Customer direct. That means how did you got this customer? Whether this customer has directly approached to you or he has been referred by some other old customers also. Okay, the partner reference, a customer referral, right, like that. Next, ownership. Whether this customer is having his own business or he is working in a public sector or a private sector or subsidiary. I'm indicating. So now here I'm indicating that public. Ownership is public. Next, the active status. Active underscore C. The value is what? Yes. So these are the elements are available over here. Now I am going to be combining all these elements. These elements I am going to be combining into an object. Why I am combining into an object? Because it is having different data types elements. One numerical and the remaining string. So to club the different types of elements into a single unit, we are going to be using it as object. So this is this account record. Then how can we refer this account record? So this is an object over here. Then how can we identify this one? By using a name. I'm indicating account record. Account record, this is the key and this is the value over here. Okay, this is the value. This is the value. So this is the key name and this is the value name over here.
Firoz, one question.
Okay, now we have to enclose this whole format into the JSON format. So that means enclosing the flower process. Yeah, tell me.
Why phone and fax field are in double inverted comma?
Okay,
The
why?
phone.
Because is when you go to the phone and the fax, which will be having the country codes also, because plus symbol also. Okay, we are entering the country codes also. Suppose here, what is the phone functionality over here? Suppose whenever I'm entering that phone field, like some contact number, I'm entering the value like this. So whenever you are saving the record, how the record will be storing inside the database, whatever the contact number that we have entered, this contact number will be converting into US phone number format. Like as 990, okay, 099 hyphen 8877. It will be storing like this internally inside the database. It will be including that some braces. It is having some space. It is having some character, nothing but hyphen. So these are all our characters means, right? Braces is character, space is a character, hyphen is a character. Characters and then numerical. So this is nothing but alphanumerical. That means this is a string type. That's what string elements should be enclosing in the double quotations. That's what here when you go to that phone and the fax, always these are string data type over here. Okay,
Got it.
like
Thank
when
you.
you go to your record, okay, when you go to your record, upon entering this phone number, it is going to store you like this. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, for multi-pick list, can we go for array here or how it will be
No,
assigned?
that will be, see, that already told you. Multi-pick list elements will be storing like as a single element only. Okay, single element only. Okay, the multi-pick list elements will be the form of a single element only, but that is going to be storing, okay, by segregating the elements by using a separator called a semicolon.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So if you are sending data from one system to other system and the data types are different in two systems, so how do we create the JSON script for that?
That's what here that already told you in the initial classes itself. JSON like as a integration is not a one man's job. It's a two teams job. So now from our source system side, we have to be work together, and then from the target system side, the another team has to work together. So we have to sit together. We have to discuss what type of input they need. Then in that format we need to supply. Okay, they will indicate you. Okay, they will indicate you what type of input we need to supply.
Okay.
Okay. So now this is the way we are going to be preparing the JSON format for your account record. In order to represent one account record in the form of JSON format, this is the format we have to use. Okay, this is the format we have to use. So now we have to specify that the record name, nothing but this is the reference name to identify the record, and this is the record values are available. This is the field values are available. Now, next one. Okay, understood this format over here, how to prepare this, the record in the JSON format. Now, let's take a few more examples over here. Take one more use case. Prepare the JSON format for the lead record, which contains the below fields.
There is one question.
Yes.
Yeah, these values cannot be, we can't write as a dynamic, right?
We can write dynamic also. We can pass
Okay.
hard-coded, we can pass dynamic also. I will tell you, that's what here I told you here. So we are having the, if you want to make it static, then we can pass like this. If you want to make it dynamic, we can able to use JSON generator. That means this is JSON format we're preparing right now, right? Through programming also, we can prepare this JSON format dynamically at runtime, and we can pass this value dynamically at runtime also.
Okay, okay.
For
Because
that one, we are
multiple
using,
records will be available, right?
right. So at that time, we can use the JSON generator class. We'll see each and every concept.
Yeah, sure.
Now, so now which contains that lead record fields. Like the lead object is having first name field, last name field, company, title, phone, status, rating, industry, annual revenue, and then it is having the city. These are the fields are there here inside my lead object. So now this is one lead record is available. Now I want to represent this lead record in the form of JSON file. I want to represent this lead record in the form of JSON format only. How can we do this here? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so now here I'm using this JSON format of representation first. With the JSON format of representation. And then for that one, now this lead record contains so many field values which are having different data types values are also available. So in this case here, give that lead record name. I'm indicating the lead record. See the lead record. And then represent the values. If we prepare that object. Because so it contains so many values. This lead record is not only single value, it is having so many values of different data types. So that here we have to prepare this object. So now here this object will be having the elements like the first name. First name I'm indicating Praveen. Last I'm indicating Kumar. Yes. Company I'm indicating like as some Infosys. Infosys Incorporation. I'm indicating the title. I'm indicating the title is a project. I'm indicating the phone. Phone number. I'm indicating the status, lead status. You know the various lead status options, like as open, not contacted, working, contacted, closed, converted, closed, not converted. These are the four options we'll be giving by Salesforce. So that here we can able to pass any one of this way. When you go to that lead status, when you go to the lead status, you will be having the four options by default. Open, not contacted, working, contacted, close, converted, close, not converted. Okay. So I'm indicating this one. Open, not contacted. That means what? What is the meaning of this each and every option? Open, contacted, not contacted means what? Lead record has been given by the marketing team to sales team. So sales team is not yet contacted the lead. Still they haven't started working on this lead. So at that time it is having the status open, not contacted. Once the sales team is start contacting the lead over the phone or by sending an email notification or by meeting the people directly by taking the appointment, then they will change the status to working contacted. Nothing but we are working on this lead record, already we have contacted. And then we are going to be giving the required information to the lead person. Once the lead person is ready to buy the product, then we are converting the lead as a customer. So at that time, we are changing the status to close converted. Nothing but we are closing this lead record because already we have converted this lead as our customer. Suppose if the lead person is not at all interested in our product, even though if you are offering some discounts, he is not ready to buy, then we are changing the status to close, not converted. That means we are closing this lead record because we are unable to convert this lead as a customer, because even though if you are offering more discount, the person is not at all ready to buy the product. So at that time, we are changing this so that we should be aware of these options over here. Now, so now here I'm indicating these options: open, not contacted. Next, I'm indicating this rating value. Rating is I'm indicating some heart. And then industry. Industry value I'm indicating like some manufacturing, for example. Manufacturing. And then annual revenue. I'm indicating that value like some 35 lakhs. And the city. City value I'm indicating like some Hyderabad. So this is my lead record here. So the lead record name, nothing but this is the name over here, lead record, and then which we are going to be representing each and every field and the respective values over here. This is in the form of object over here. Okay, this is in the form of object. So now here we are going to be combining all the properties of this one lead record into a single object over here. Okay, this is the way we can able to represent the records also in the form of JSON format, because here when moving forward during the integration, we have to prepare this kind of record through programmatically. We have to send this record information to the third-party system, so the third-party system will receive this lead record or account record details. Based on the details, it will create an account record for the third-party system. So for that reason, we have to prepare this format here. JSON format is very, very important. Now let's go with one more format here for custom objects. As of now, we have prepared. Yeah, tell me.
In this also, will it indicate that there are any similar values or any similar codes or similar key values? As we are discussing,
no.
Key should
be unique. Key should be unique.
So yes, sir. So once if you are writing the key value as account record, so if you want to create another account record also, you will be writing account record, right?
Same record, because that will be array, right?
Okay.
That will be array. So at that time, this object is different, that object will be different. Okay. So now, in this case, now let's see. For example, I'm having a custom object. Assume that I'm having a custom object available. This is my custom object, for example, some hiring manager. In this custom object, I'm having some 4 fields. These are the 4 fields are available. Like hiring manager name and the contact number, location, email ID. Now I want to prepare the JSON format for one of the hiring manager record. For example, I have a hiring manager record card with the name of Pradeep Kumar. Pradeep Kumar is one of the hiring manager record. So now this record I want to represent in the form of JSON format. How can we do that? So we should be aware of the field names. Okay, we should be aware of the field names. What fields are available, you know. Okay, what fields are available, you know that concept. Let me show you that fields information on the schema builder. Let me go to the schema builder. I'm representing this hiring manager object on this. Recruiter, I don't want to display here. I'm having this hiring manager object. These are the fields are available right now. So now this is the name field, which is a standard field given by Salesforce. And additionally, I have created 3 more fields over here. So one is location, second one is email ID, third one is contact. These are the 3 custom fields which I have created inside my hiring manager object. So this is my object name, nothing but this is my object name, hiring underscore manager underscore C. This is a custom object. This is a custom field. This is also a custom field. This is also a custom. And this is the name field, which is a standard. Now, I want to represent one hiring manager record, okay, in the form of JSON format. which is having this fields over here. How can we represent? Now let's see practically in this case. Now let me take this use case. Prepare a JSON format to represent the hiring manager record. To represent a hiring manager record. To represent the hiring manager record. Now then, how can we represent this? Now let's see practical. First of all, we are using the JSON format. Here we are going to be using this. Now I'm indicating the HR record, which is the object name, and then I'm representing the object, because here one hiring manager record contains multiple field values, so that I'm going to be combining. So now what is the field names? Name field. I'm indicating like some Pradeep Kumar. Next. So now in this case, the second one was location. What is the location field name? Location underscore underscore C. So now this is the location field over. Now this is the field name. You know that for the custom fields, you are having two properties, like the field label and the API name. This is the API name which has been generated by Salesforce over. Sometimes when you go to the schema builder, it will display only the field labels. Like when you go to the view options, you will be having an option called as display element labels. Simply it will be displaying like this: contact number, email ID, location, like that. These are the field labels. If you want to know the field name, just to go to the view options, click on display element name, so that you can see the actual column names inside this. Now the location underscore underscore C. So I'm indicating the value in Hyderabad. Next, I'm indicating the next field is what? Contact number. Contact underscore number underscore underscore C. I'm giving the value here. Next, email ID. Email underscore ID underscore underscore C. I'm representing this information. Like as some Pradeep @ some gmail.com. Like that. So depends upon that field. We have to give the exact field name. Okay. Don't give the field labels. Use the field name. Don't give the field labels. Use the field name. If it is a standard field, use the field name. If it is a custom field, use the field API name. Don't use the field labels. Those are only for display purpose in the user interface. To reference the actual database table column, we have to use field name or API name. You know that concept already. We have discussed during our configuration, during the admin concept, the starting we have discussed. Now, so this is the way we are representing this custom object information also. So this custom object contains, these are the fields are available. Name field, which is a standard, and then location is my custom field, contact number my custom field, email ID my custom. So that we are representing this whole information, because this complete data is belongs to one HR record, so that I'm identifying this record. Okay, this is the way we can represent the records in the form of the JSON format. Now, let's take one more use case. Now I want to display two records over here, or three records in this case. What we can do? Here we have prepared only one record here. Now I want to prepare the JSON format for three records. Now, let's see this case. Now, prepare the JSON format to represent the three opportunity records. Three opportunity records which contains the below field values. Field names are opportunity name, amount, stage name, lead source. Lead source. These are the fields are available over here. And then probability. Probability. What is the probability percentage value? Nothing but that is also number. Now, so now let's see how can we prepare this opportunity records. So now what is my requirement? I want to prepare the JSON format, okay, JSON format for 3 opportunity records, not only one, multiple. So then what we can do, we have to prepare the initial JSON format here. We have the JSON format initial syntax. And then what we need to do, I need to store the information about the 3 opportunity records. So that means here multiple opportunity records I would like to create. Like here, wow, in the form of what? In the form of array. In the form of array. Like for example, if you want to store one single integer value, then we are defining integer x equals to some 100. If you want to store some multiple values, we are using array type here. Okay, array type, which can store multiple. Like the similar way, I would like to store multiple opportunity records, 3 opportunity records, opportunity 1, opportunity 2, opportunity 3, 3 opportunity records I would like to store. Then what we can do, we need to go with array. For that array, we have to give some name, right? Yes, I would like to give some name over here. I'm indicating that. Opportunity records. I'm giving this array name over here. So how many opportunity records I would like to store? 3. For that one, we are forming that array here. In this array, we have to store that 3 opportunity records. Each and every opportunity record contains name, amount, stage name, lead source, probability. So we have to prepare object here. This is the first opportunity record. This is the second opportunity record. This is the third opportunity record. Okay, 3 opportunity records we have to prepare. Now, the first opportunity record will be having some values, second opportunity record having some values, third opportunity record having some values. So, 3 opportunity record I would like to mix together into an array. For this array, I am giving this name. Now let's prepare each and every opportunity record inside this. Each and every opportunity record contains what? Name field. Name, I am going to be indicating over here. The first opportunity record is some opportunity 1. This is the opportunity. And amount value, I'm indicating like some 25,000. And the stage name, I'm indicating the prospecting stage. I'm indicating that lead source. Lead source, I'm indicating somewhere. Probability is some 10%. Okay, we have nothing but numerical value, so that I'm indicating that 10. So this is one opportunity record information. So this is the opportunity 1, which will be having the 25,000 rupees of revenue we have generated, and then this is the prospecting stage. Lead source is somewhere. Lead source is somewhere, and then probability is 10% of probability. This is one opportunity here. Now, second opportunity information. Second opportunity information. So this is the opportunity 2. Amount is some 15,000, and then the stage name is, I would like to indicate closed one. Lead source through phone. Probability 100%. And the fourth is third opportunity record. Third opportunity record I'm indicating over here. The third opportunity name 3, and the amount value is some 75,000. And then this is I'm going to be indicating over here. Negotiation and review. Lead source is where, and the probability some 40%. So like the 3 records I have prepared. This is the first opportunity record, this is the second opportunity record, this is the third opportunity record. All these 3 opportunity records information I am going to be clubbing into an array type, and for this array I am giving that name. This entire array I am storing inside my JSON file. So whenever if you want to send the data in the form of the array, then we have to prepare like this. Not only storing that single elements, you can able to store the objects also inside this. This is the object file. The same thing yesterday we have identified over here. Like when you observe this one, it is indicating this is the array name, post office. This is the array starting over here. In that one, this is the first object information. This is the second branch information. Like that, it is going to be indicating this information also to you. Same format we used to follow here inside this. Okay. So this is the way we are going to be representing your object records in the form of JSON format. Next. So now let me go with that some more practical use cases. As of now, we have represented some numerical values, string values, some array elements, some objects also, some collection of objects also, like as arrays. That means records we have represented, single record we have represented, and then multiple records also we have represented by using this JSON format. Now let's see how can we represent a Apex class in the JSON format over here. Now, let's take a instance. Prepare the JSON format for the below Apex class. Prepare the JSON format for the below Apex class. I have an Apex class internally. For example, this is my class. Public class customers info or customer info. This is my Apex class. In this class, I'm having some set of fields available. I'm having some set of fields. Nothing but some variables. Public integer, customer code, customer age. Public string, customer name, email ID, and the address. Public string, public decimal, I would like to indicate the balance amount, loan amount. Public boolean is that. So this is my Apex class. So I have an Apex class. Now I want to represent this Apex class in the form of JSON format. How? How can we represent this Apex class in JSON format? How can we do this? Anyone?
So class name is the key and all the integers will be just like how we write name and all.
How can we do that?
In three phase, first class, then integer, and the integer we have two objects, customer code and customer age. And then string will be another phase. In that three other this things fields.
Okay.
And like this will continue for decimal and boolean also.
We can take it as a collection object also, right?
Why collection object? Single object is not sufficient. Only one customer information I want to store.
Yeah, in
Yeah,
custom.
we can write as earlier we have written, right, only for one record name, and we can mention all the details.
Right. Now, so now here in this case, So now in this case, it's like as an object only, simple concept. It's like as an object. Whatever the way we have followed, okay, the record, okay, for this we have prepared an object. Like the similar way we have to. This is the class name, Apex class name we can specify over here. And then here we can specify the fields, nothing but variables, and then specify the values. That's it, simple concept. Whatever the way we are going to preparing the objects in order to store some records information in the similar format, we have to do this. Now, so now here in this case, let's see how can we prepare this. The JSON format is we are going to be representing like this. We have to prepare this format. That means we have to create an object over here for this one. So now the first JSON format. We have to prepare that the JSON format of braces, nothing but this is the braces here, curly braces which are represented because this is indicating this is a JSON format. I want to store the customer information. Now this each and every customer record will be having the customer code, customer age, name, email ID, address, balance amount, loan amount is active. When you combine all these values, then only this is one customer record. So we are going to be using this, the object format, because to club the multiple elements to form a single entity, we are using this object. So I'm indicating that. Now customer info. And then specify the object. And then I'm representing in the form of object. So now here we can specify this. Each and every variable. Customer code, I'm indicating the value 1004500. Customer age, like as some 32. Customer name, I'm indicating some Raghu Prasad. And email ID, I'm indicating some Raghu at the rate some gmail.com. And address, I'm indicating like some flat number 413 and then some RK apartments, some Srinagar column, and then Hyderabad. This whole information I'm representing inside this. Next. So what is the next fields? Balance amount. Balance amount I'm indicating like as some 29,000. Loan amount, I'm indicating the value some 2 lakhs. Is that I'm indicating, that's it. This is the way, like as an object, okay, like as an object. We are going to be preparing. We are preparing a JSON object. In that JSON object, we can able to store the complete details of this customer record, where each and every customer information record will be holding the customer code, customer age, name, email ID, address, balance amount, loan amount is active. So when you combine all this data, then it is one customer record here, because this customer info will be having all this information.
Here is active is yes or no, right? You have
no, this is a boolean. This is a boolean, right? Okay, now define it as boolean. So that here this will be true or false. Okay. Next. So let's define the JSON format for another Apex class. Let's take one more use. Prepare the JSON format for the below Apex class. Prepare the JSON format for the below Apex class. Then how to prepare the JSON format for the below Apex class? Now let's. I would like to take one more Apex class over here. For example, assume that I'm having an Apex class to store the products information. In order to store some products information, I would like to use this Apex class. I'm having a class like this. Public class product details. We can define that variables inside the class. I'm defining the variables. Public integer product code, and then I would like to indicate that public string product name, manufacturer name, and the location, from which location this product has been manufactured, and I'm indicating that public decimal unit price and public date, manufacturing date, and expiry date. Manufacturing date and expiry date. And the public boolean is in stock, whether the product is available in stock or not. Okay, these are the various fields. Yeah, I'm having these variables inside this class. I have a class with the name product details. Inside this class, I'm having the variables like the product code, product name, manufacturer name, location, unit price, manufacturing date, expiry date, and is in stock, whether the product is available in stock or not. Now, so in this case, how can we represent this information in the form of JSON format? Now how can we do this one?
Same as earlier, the product details is a key. And next we need to define all the product code and all the names and the values in the curly braces.
Right. With the similar format we have to use. How can we represent this information? Now let's see practically. So now I'm going to be preparing a JSON format over here. JSON format. I'm preparing the JSON format of representation first, and then give that object name. Because each and every product contains all these properties. So we need to combine all these properties into a single object. So to make it as the one product information. So that here I'm going to be representing this. Okay, I'm going to be representing this. Now, so in this case, I'm indicating this, the product info. I'm preparing the object. In this object, I would like to represent each and every variable information, nothing but every field. Product code. Product code, I'm indicating like a 450060.
There is one question.
Yes.
Here the class name and the key name should be same, or you can define anything?
You can give anything. You can give anything.
Okay.
Okay. And the product name. I'm indicating the product name as mobile device. And then manufacturer name. I'm indicating Samsung Incorporation. And the location, I'm indicating some US or some India, whatever. And the unit price, I'm indicating some 25,000. Manufacturing date, I'm indicating the date like, so now the 05/01/2020. and the expiry date I'm indicating this 05/01/2025, 5 weeks. I'm indicating is in stock. Yes, I'm indicating that because here is a Boolean data type, so I'm going to be representing in the form of true or false values. Like the similar way here, each and every record and each and every affect class we can represent in the form of the JSON format also.
Hello. Hello.
Yes.
What if the class contains some methods?
Sorry?
If the class contains some methods.
Methods we can't represent. Methods we can't represent. Class and the variables we can represent in the JSON format, not the methods. Because methods are having business logics inside.
Yeah.
So when
What
we
will
are
be the
giving, sir, when we are giving different name, so like for product details, like product info, how can it know that we should go only to the product details?
No. So in this case, here it is going to be representing. It won't reference this one. Like for example, here come to this one. Forget about this JSON format. I want to store one product details here. How? Apex programming tell me in this case. Generally, I want to store one product information. How can you store?
First, we need to create an object for the product details class,
Okay.
and then in that object we need to by calling that object we need to assign the values.
Right, simple. Then what we are going to do? We need to create the object of the class. Create the object of the class. How can we create product details equals to some product info? I'm giving any name over here. New product details. I'm creating the object of the class where assigning the values. How? Product info dot product name and the product info. I'm assigning the value because 1000450. And then the product info dot the product name. I'm indicating like a mobile device. Like that. This is the object name. So now with this object name, we can reference each and every variable, we can assign the value. Like the similar way, we can give any name over here. This is like as the object name, and these are the fields, and then each and every field will be having this respective value. This is the Apex class representation. This is the JSON format representation. That's it.
Yeah, that's what product info. How can it know that it is objects, product details object? How can it know that one? That's what I'm asking.
Because this is the object name. Because whenever we are going to be inserting the records, we have to indicate in which object we are inserting the record. Upon sending the request to the third-party system, we have to indicate in which class you are going to be representing, in which object we are representing. At that time, it will collect each and every record. It will be storing that inside that respective object itself. Because it is mapping that fields also internally. Okay.
Sir, one more doubt, small doubt, like to communicate with two systems, we have to tell to the other system like these are all my class names and these are all my variable names and these are all my method names, right? But here we are ignoring the method names, right? We are ignoring the methods. Then how can we communicate that?
Because here, whenever we are going to be invoking those methods, nothing but third-party system is giving some methods. At that time, those methods will be available in the form of a web service that will be having some specific names like as get method, and then put method, post method, delete method, patch method. These are the methods will be available. Based on that method name, we can able to identify. That's what here, whenever we are going with that respective HTTP classes, upon invoking some third-party services, we are going to be using that HTTP classes. In that HTTP class, we have to indicate what is that method which you would like to invoke. For that one, we are going to be using this HTTP methods over here. Like for example, when you go to that HTTP request class, HTTP h equals to new HTTP request. H dot, you will be having that information. You will be having that information will be available over here, like we have to specify. H dot set a method. You will be having a set method is available. In this method, we have to specify which method you are going to be invoking, either get method or put method or post method or what. We need to indicate. Okay, we'll see during the HTTP classes. I will show you practically each and every functionality internally.
Using JSON, we cannot convey that these are all the methods I'm using like that. We cannot convey, right?
You are not conveying through JSON. JSON is just to pass the input from one system to another system. That's it.
Okay.
The method names,
Okay,
everything
sir.
we have to indicate through HTTP classes one.
Okay. Thank you.
The next one. Let's take one more small use case. For example, I have a wrapper class. I have a wrapper class. So let me represent this wrapper class first so that you can understand. Now I'm having a wrapper class like this. Public class case helper. Case helper. Inside this, we are having a variable public case record. And then it is having that one more parameter, public boolean case record. That means he is in progress. He is in progress. So this is my wrapper class. Now in this case, how to prepare the JSON format for this wrapper class now? Wrapper class means what? Inside this case helper, this is the case helper class. In this one, we have the two variables. One is boolean, it's a straightforward indication, you know. But this is what? A case record. Case is what? Again, a class. It's a standard class in Salesforce. The case record contains what? Case number, case ID, and the case subject, case description, case priority, case status, case type, case origin, and the case reason. All this information is available. Then how can we represent it? How can we represent this Apex class in the form of JSON file? Anyone?
By using the case record ID.
By using
We need to define case ID for the record ID. We need to define.
okay.
Here, I guess case will be a subset of case helper. Again, in case we'll have fields and all the respective.
Now let me show you practically in this case. Prepare the JSON format of the below wrapper class. Wrapper class means inner class. Simple concept. It's a custom data type. Simply in one word, I can say. So the wrapper classes are used to define our own data types. Now, let me explain this. Here we need to prepare the JSON format.
Sir, what is the main difference between wrapper class and normal class?
Normal class is having the straightforward variables inside this. Okay. Normal class will be having straightforward variables like this. This is the class and it will be having a set of variables are available in built. we can able to define the variables inside. But whenever we are going to be referencing one class in another class, that is called as wrapper class. So this is my class, case helper. In this one, I am referencing case. Case is what? A class, a standard class in Salesforce. Case is a standard class in Salesforce where the case class contains so many fields inside that, so many variables inside that. Like it will be holding the ID variable, cases, subject variable, and then description variable, type variable, status variable, priority variable, origin variable, and the reason variable. So many variables are available inside that class. That means this is a case class I'm referencing inside my case helper class. This class contains this case again, and then along with it is having some Boolean parameters also. So whenever we are referencing one class into another class, this is called as wrapper classes. These are also called as inner classes in Salesforce.
So here the wrapper class we can use only standard object classes,
No,
account.
anything, custom also we can use, no problem. Here instead of this one, I'm going to be indicating like this. Is also product details is nothing but generally we are indicating data type. Data types what we have: integer, double, decimal, boolean, like that. But this is what product detail. Product details is the custom data type. It's a custom data type. That means it's a separate class. This class we're referencing inside my case helper class like this.
Okay.
So now tell me in this case, how can we prepare the JSON format for this particular class? Straightforward, same
First we
format,
need
nothing else.
first we need to define case helper as a key,
Okay.
case helper info, and
Okay.
next we need to open the curly braces, and there we need to write case record ID, I think. Case record ID, which by giving that ID it will refer to the case record,
Okay.
and next to the boolean value we need to define.
Now, let's see in this case here. I'm going to be preparing the JSON format. So I'm preparing the JSON format over. First of all, as usual, we are using this JSON format of representation, that is nothing but curly braces. In that one, what I would like to store the case helper. Okay, case helper record. So I'm indicating the case helper. Case helper. So this is an object because it is having two different data types. One is Boolean, second one is case type. So I'm indicating this. So this is an object. This is an object. So that here case helper is the key, and then it is here object over here because this is an object. I'm representing this data. Now, when you come to the data types here, when you come to the variables, how many variables are there? Boolean, and this is the Boolean variable is available. How can we represent this Boolean variable? I'm going to be indicating this. Now, is in progress. Is in progress. I'm indicating the value. Then second variable here, what is that? Case record. Case record is what? Again, it is a class. Okay, again, it is a class. Then what we can do in this case? So in this case, we have to specify. So now the case record. This is what a complete case record. Case record means what? It contains case ID, case number, case status, case priority, case origin, all these things. So that we are using this object type again. Okay, this is a object. This is an object. So we can specify case number. I'm indicating the value, okay, 00001006. And then case status. I'm indicating this is a new case. And the case of priority, I'm indicating high. And the case of type, this is a mechanical problem. This is a mechanical problem. Case reason, I'm indicating this is a performance issue. Case origin, I'm indicating like phone. By making a call to the customer care, I have raised this case. I'm indicating the subject. Like as I'm indicating, my mobile is not working properly. This is my case, the subject. And next, here's the description. I'm indicating that. Dear customer support, I recently purchased mobile is unable to access the internet. Please have a look into the issue. So I'm indicating this is a case the subject and the case the description. Like this here we can able to indicate that. Now, like in this case what happened, first of all we have prepared case helper. So now this is the object. So we have indicated this one, this is the key and this is the object format. Because it is having two values are available, both are different data types, because whenever I'm combining these two, then only this is one case helper. So now in this case I have prepared an object over here. This is the starting of the object, ending of the object. In this object, two values we need to place. One is in progress. I have specified this. Second one is case record, but case record is what which is having case detail. So this is an object again. So I'm indicating this a case record. This is an object type over here. So which will be having this case number inside this, case status, priority, type of the case, reason of the case, origin of the case, subject of the case, description of the case. Like that here we can able to prepare. This is one object, in that one another object we have prepared like this. This is how we can able to prepare some nested objects also inside your JSON format. So this is the way we are preparing the JSON formats. Yes.
There is one question.
Yes. Yeah, tell me. Okay. So this is the way of representing the information in the form of JSON format. That means as of now we have prepared the JSON format of content. Okay, we have prepared JSON format of content. So in the next session we'll see how to parse this JSON format of content. That means we are preparing this JSON format, we are giving to the other people, so that those people can utilize this JSON format, they can show this information in their application. Suppose if somebody is giving some JSON format of response to me, then how can we parse? How can we convert? Okay, as of now, these are my objects are available. These objects I'm converting into my JSON format. That is the serialization process we did. So now, how can we make it reverse process? Suppose if somebody is giving this particular JSON format to me, then how can we convert it back to my object? So we'll see in that next session. In the next Saturday, we are going to be discussing the JSON parser classes. But you should be confident on this one, preparing the JSON formats. Then only you can able to pass that JSON content very easily.
Sir, is there any size limit for JSON message?
No, there is no specific size limit over there.
So there won't be any data size issue appeared in.
No. We can able to pass the bulk records also.
Okay, and converting that object into JSON format and again reconverting JSON to object format, it's a tedious task. So is there any easy way? I heard that JSON.deserialize something.
Yes, that's what here. When you go to the JSON class, we are having serialization methods, deserialization method. That's what I told you. Preparing the JSON, passing the JSON will be having two ways. One is theoretically, second one programmatically. Both will see.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
So how many?
This one. Yes. Yeah.
How many classes are going to complete integration? So far, we have completed 4 classes, right?
Yes, because it will be taking some 6 to 7 to 8 weekends completely.
Okay.
Yeah, Feroz, here one more doubt.
Yes.
If we have two classes, and the individual variables in the class, then the order of the defining that in JSON is the individual should come first, and the last
No, not
the
like that. Not
class.
like that. Any order you can define. Any order you can define. No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Because
what
you
will be
have
the
given
date
this.
format?
This is the is in progress. I have specified first and then case record. Or else you can make it reverse also. This one we can make it last and case record you can place this first also. No problem.
What will be the date format in JSON?
Date format will purely string. That's what I have indicated here.
I mean the
String format.
month, date, and the year, or is there any
Yes.
other?
Yeah, this is the format here. We can pass that any format also, but whenever they are going to be converting into that object, they have to convert that date value into the respective format. Okay.
Sir, from tomorrow class is at 7 o'clock, right, sir?
Yes. From tomorrow onward, development will be the 7 o'clock as it is.
Do we get any separate link or can we use the same link?
No, same link. Same link. Go with that same link for tomorrow's session as well.
For 9
Sir,
o'clock batch also?
regarding that WhatsApp group mobile numbers, could you please?
Yeah, I will place this information to these people today, and then I will send the email notification to everyone. I will collect that mobile numbers too.
Sir, that is some complex, but we can create one group and we can keep in message invitation link. Then all can join in.
Okay, sure. I will do that one today.
Okay.